Welcome back to another episode.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
I'm LJ.
I'm Larry.
Welcome back to the Wisdom Well podcast.
Come on. Well, we are seeking wisdom.
Come on, man.
How to do life, how to be creative, how to, be people of excellence, right? In 2024.
Here we are, Bey Part Two. Country Carter. Is that right?
Cowboy Carter.
Country Carter.
You're trying to get us canceled before we even start, okay? It's literally, watch the beehive is coming.
Oh my
God. It's going to be
God.
all bees in the comments. All bees in the comments.
Country Carter.
Please don't cancel us.
What we would love for you to do is please subscribe.
Exactly.
Subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. Give us
education.
Yeah, and
teach
education.
us how to be
please.
respectful towards the hive.
Yes, to the beehive. If you caught our last episode, part one, Bey Part One, we talked about her going country, right?
Which is a huge deal. She is currently sitting at it's the biggest streamed song of 2020, streamed album of 2024, Spotify history. So the biggest. So it's huge.
Man, you said something in that last segment that was really powerful that I didn't even think of. You said it's bigger than country. For her.
It really is.
And
it's bigger for her and for us.
Because one of the questions I was going to ask in our last episode on this was why is she going country? Why didn't she do folk, or why didn't she do, you know what I'm saying? Like why didn't she do grass? Why did she do country? And then I was reminded that there was an article that she said she didn't feel welcomed in this genre.
She posted about it
She posted about it, right? So, and then to know that she's the first black woman to be at the #1 spot in country music is beyond crazy, though.
Yeah,
that's beyond crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of power do you gotta have? You know what I'm saying? To change genres and to be that incredible.
And I think we touched a little bit on it last time, was that she could have probably done anything. She could have probably, which was what I was saying. I thought she was going to stop, and because it's like, man, how do you top that, or where do you go from there? But I feel like in typical Beyonce fashion, she does something that we don't expect.
Right.
And in this case, it's really great. I think again, you don't have to be a massive fan of her.
I am a fan. I'm just not a beehive,
and that's totally fine. I think that but still on a as us as creatives and people who think about that business aspect of that growth of a community, growth of a movement behind you. We know that what she's doing is nothing short of inspiring. And how she's navigated and created this community that she affectionately calls the beehive, you know, and how they really do have her, and so and I think that's really a lesson, a one-on-one lesson for artists and creatives today who want to create their art. It's really all about understanding your community that you're creating your art for, and not everybody is going to do it at Beyonce's level, but how can we, and I think this is really from our Wisdom Well podcast of us really talking about, how do we create and really feed the communities that we're building, within, for you, I know you have an incredible community, Groove Hero, that is multifaceted, multi-layered. We'll be learning more about that in the coming episodes. But how do we, and then for me, having
Ascension,
an ascension, and how do I sort of step back in and love and nourish my community in a way that makes sense for my community and builds the kind of care and connection and community with one another. So,
and I really do think, and I really hope, I won't say think, I hope artists are taking notes as far as what Beyonce is doing.
Yeah. And I don't agree with everything she says and everything she sings and everything she does, you know. I mean, I think like I have
every artist, right? Like there's not a whole things I like about Drake, and then there's some things I'd be singing in the car too. You know what I'm saying? Or or whatever. But I mean, I'm inspired by her though, because she seems to like be a step ahead to me. Like she's always like pre-planning and like already got like the steps.
The team,
who
like
are they?
The Parkwood. Let me say, the Parkwood team, like the internet, doesn't miss. Like the fact that they actually took the time in this, and I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting. It's your show.
They, like how they took the time to connect with like a K. Michelle, who has been so vocal.
Cool. I thought that was
and
cool.
Mickey Guyton, you know, who is just they've been in this, and I didn't realize how like K. Michelle is deep in this thing. That's where she was birthed. Bro. Like
I literally had no
and
clue.
I was like, and she's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have mad respect for her as an R&B artist. Just, I mean, because she businesswoman, she's a beast, right?
She sings, yeah.
But then, like, to hear her backstory, that's how she started. Like her grandma, like her, like being taking voice lessons, and that voice teacher, like basically teaching her how to yodel, because the voice teacher had the foresight to be like, yo, yeah, you can sing, but you need to be able to do something different. You need to be outside the box.
Wow.
And how she took to it, and how now in 2024 into 2023, you know, I know she's been making her way around to that and being that all, but how we're seeing that, we're finally being able to unveil this facet of her, you know. So yeah, and then Mickey Guyton, how like and Beyonce, the whole team, whoever's responsible for it, them giving honor across the board, and I just see her doing that.
Man,
it's about honor.
It really,
it's about honor, man.
That part I like.
And that's the leadership piece.
She gave all the writers their due.
Yeah.
She gave she put Post Malone and Miley Cyrus and you had some other names. Do you mind sharing those names that were on the record?
Let me make sure, because
we want to make sure everybody get their props.
Their props.
The honest to God truth is, I love artists that are willing to die on the sword. You know what I'm saying? Like I am going to
bring other people along.
Yes, I am going to bring other people along, and I am going to do it the right way. You know, like I'm not going to completely cave to what's current and what's new.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes B has done that, not to my liking, but I will say that she's authentic in what she's trying to do, and the fact that she brought all these people along is pretty dope. Like I like that part about her.
And she's working in the context of just the music industry, and the music industry, it has its issues and it's sort of things that are not consistent, and like I know that there is also, because we always want on this podcast want to just be well-rounded, you know. There just in some cases, you know, there have been thoughts and around her, you know, the songwriters being properly compensated across the board in the game, period, you know? And unfortunately, this is a part, like, she's been brought up, you know, Beyonce has been brought up in some of that as well, you know? In artists and, you know, taking publishing and doing like that. So we just want to just make sure that we notate that, so we're balanced in this place. But I think again, it's the business, and the business kind of needs to be shifted and changed, and Beyonce is like a spectacular person of power, who has the power to not only shift, like she's doing right now, genre, she has the ability to shift the business plan too, you know? And so I think that's the thing that we're kind of, you know, I think people across the board are looking to her to be an agent of change, which she is in this capacity that we're talking about right now.
How does, and this just baffles me, honestly. How does a Beyonce not feel welcomed? Like how in what world does that? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. I mean, like that's just craziness. And with all the stuff that she's done, to not feel welcomed is crazy. To not be a fan is one thing, but to not feel welcomed, like that's the word she used, right? And she said she's been working on this record for 5 years now.
She took Well, I remember
crazy.
Seeing her on I think it was the Country Music Awards, I believe, where she did a performance with the Dixie Chicks.
Dixie Chicks, yeah.
And she was singing a song from Lemonade. I think it's called Daddy's Girl. And it feels very country song. But it just made sense. It made sense
for her to do that song.
It's like she's been doing this sort of genre bending for a while now. You know, and for her to come out with that song, it's just and it's great song.
What is that about though?
I think when she
and this is our show, so you can just speak freely.
I appreciate that.
And
we invite y'all to speak freely with us, please.
Right.
And tell all the details that we either miss or if we get them wrong, please correct us, and teach us and educate us and provide wisdom. So if my memory serves correct, she did that performance. And instead of feeling welcomed in that space, in that country space, we got a lot of, just hate, just like, you're not supposed to be, the general summary of it all was, you don't belong here.
Wow.
And I think we've talked about that there are gatekeepers within country and and again, I'm just sharing what I have
read and
just
researched,
sort of and I think that there are individuals who, and I believe there are gatekeepers within R&B, there are gatekeepers within gospel, there are all these gatekeepers.
We're going to get into
but
that.
But it seems like the gatekeepers of R&B and gospel
a little bit more loose. Honestly,
they kind of chill. You just
honestly,
you welcome to the cookout. But for this one, they're like Beyonce, you are not welcome to this cookout.
This is a fact.
Yeah,
Macklemore won Album of the Year over Kendrick Lamar. That actually happened.
Yeah, wow.
That actually happened.
Wow.
And from that
seems
point,
crazy.
From that point on, I knew I was like, this is crazy.
And am I wrong? Please correct us again. It didn't Macklemore, wasn't he shocked by that too?
And Eminem was there too. I think Eminem was in the running too.
Wow.
And we'll I'll do more. I'll make sure my stats and facts are right by the time we come on again to talk about this subject.
But we got to talk about the fact that
we're not much gatekeepers in the R&B and hip hop.
It's just not the same
because anyone can get in.
And I feel like and I think that country is just really interesting that country has the gatekeepers of country, and I don't know who those gatekeepers are. I don't know them personally, but I think we can all agree that country music does look a certain way. It has over the past several years. And that's not an accurate portrayal of where its roots come from.
Wow.
And I think that Beyonce, it was if she says it was, I believe it was real. That it was real, that she did not feel welcome. And could you imagine a mega star like that?
That's Beyonce.
I know,
because Beyonce, and again, I have not yet met Beyonce, and I don't know
and it's like
what she's like. So I can't sit here and say, man, how dare, but she doesn't come off as a very arrogant person. She seems cool to me. She seems like, I mean, she's very beautiful, obviously, and I'm sure she has this aura around her. But you know what I'm saying? And she probably got a bunch of bees follow her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure she's she's glowing every time.
Yeah.
But she doesn't come off as like the diva type to me. She just doesn't come off like that. So
seems like she's just really a hard worker, and she's about the, and again, I don't know her personally.
Yeah.
Everything that I've seen is things that I have been allowed to see because they've been videoed and put out into the general place, which and people are allowed to not be nice.
Right.
Especially if you're we don't know half of the fight that she's probably had to make sure and keep her business. It's like,
and she's also married to another powerful person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That alone would just drive you nothing private.
Absolutely.
Nothing private.
You get powerful people together, they have no problem.
None. Zero, zilch,
in the direct saying what they need. And I feel like we've seen small glimpses where where she's involved in every aspect because she's a business person. So I remember one scene that they showed us, like she was out in the audience. She was like, the blue light is awful, and I was like, whoa. She knows. Yeah, she knows what the light. She knows the jobs.
I love that.
And I think that's fire. And I think that's why I respect the crap. Like I respect her as a business person running. Like people depend on her. For their living, and they have made amazing livings because. And she realizes, hey, if this is not a certain way, this is going to be a problem for us all. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's probably, you could probably do a business study. Not, again, we're not talking about the mystique of her. We're talking about, you got a business that you are running, and literally, like you've hired all these people, and you're responsible for them. And you need to lead them.
She don't play.
And not necessarily with niceness, but you need to lead them with fairness. And how do you do that? And then also too, in the same thing, moving the culture forward. Moving music forward. Period. White, whatever.
She has a lot on her plate for sure.
Got a lot on your plate. So I mean, I think she's obviously done a great job to this point. And so,
what are your favorite songs on the record? Your favorite songs on the record.
Okay, I definitely got to say Blackbird for sure. I love Blackbird, and the reason why it's really special is because I'm going to pull up because I actually want to make sure and give those other individuals. So there are a couple of, actually 4 other up and coming artists. And that's an artist that is, I think it's great. Why I like Blackbird is because of the reason it was written. It was basically written from someone looking at some of the civil rights movement that was happening and really writing that for a black woman, rising up, right? And then it's just so special that obviously Beyonce is doing it. She's kind of leading, this movement into a space, the dead of night, right? Which is like, I feel like country music, there is no blackness in there. Right. There's not a lot of it, but there really is. And so she's actually pulling back these individuals who are in it right now. And so individuals like Tanner Adele, who's like a newer, but she's been in it, right? And then Brittany Spencer and Tierra Kennedy and Raina Roberts. So Raina Roberts is the one that I was mentioning. I think that she
earlier.
These are fantastic young artists, and they're insane. I think that their streaming has like gone all the way up, so I think that that's powerful. So I think Blackbird. You and I both agree that 2 Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus. That song is crazy.
Man, the song with Miley Cyrus, bro. I was like,
we didn't know we needed it.
I was like, that's
the one.
I
was literally listening to that.
That's the one that touched me, bro. That's the one I was like,
I'll be your shotgun writer until the day I die. That's like, come on. The writing.
I might mess this mic up right now. Don't get me to singing, AJ. AJ is our producer.
AJ,
we're live here at the LA Lounge Studios. I'm about to get to singing right.
Come on.
Right. Turn my mic up. Turn my headphones up.
Let's get some songwriting. So it's written by Beyonce, Michael Pollack, Miley Cyrus, and Ryan Tedder.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Come on. This is insane. Yo. And I mean, it's like the song that we didn't know we needed, and they sound amazing.
Man, my
vocal arranging is incredible.
My favorite song on the record,
come on,
is Jolene, bro. Jolene, bro, is that song number one. Yeah. That is my all-time favorite song by Dolly Parton. That's my all-time
and all hail to Dolly Parton.
Song.
Dolly Parton,
she put a stamp on it.
She's the queen.
She's the queen, bro. She's the queen.
She runs it.
Yeah, she runs it.
She's the president. You know?
Man, she did a phenomenal job on Jolene, bro. Like to add her twist and to add, I mean, like
her pen is legendary.
The changes that that was incredible, bro. Yeah. That was so incredible.
Beyonce's changes on it.
Her changes, yes,
because she went from another perspective. And then to have Dolly Parton on the records,
yes,
like in the, and then also that great seal.
Willie Nelson's on the record.
Willie Nelson,
yeah, to see his name on there is like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Unexpected was you said was Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone.
But I think Post Malone's making his way back to country.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it works. I feel like it's gonna be.
I'm not gonna say nothing about.
And we're entitled to
Posty.
our opinions here.
Oh my goodness.
And then obviously, like you already said, Willie Nelson. I wanted to make sure we highlighted a couple of, because I just want to make sure that Willie Jones is another young and upcoming.
I've never heard of him, so I'm excited to dig more into him.
And then Shabuzi, I believe I'm saying that right. He's also on 2 of the tracks, and that's another country artist of color. And, And just like, I mean, some really, really great. I think it's just really thoughtful how this album is sort of like just sprinkling over onto the scene right now.
And I hope we take a note of like how she releases. And I know everybody can't do that. I get it.
It's a case study. It's a class.
But it is really a class, bro. And it really is something that we should pay attention to in how to release records, how to promo your record, how to get the right shots.
We still have yet to receive visuals from Renaissance. Talk about videos. Like
videos. There's no videos yet.
There's no videos on these songs. Just like little lyric videos, but there's no like formal official videos.
Really?
On Renaissance or this, not yet at least. So on Renaissance we never had any like videos. We only had the movie, and the movie was the concert. Oh, and that's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? It's like in our day and age where this is like a TikTok.
Really?
world.
That's interesting.
There were absolutely no videos for Renaissance. There weren't.
She's going to do a country video, bro. Like she's going to do one. She's got to do one. Right?
But then that'll be another like masterclass in like it's because I think the thought is that no, I want you to hear the music. That was the thought behind it, I think.
Wow,
but that's crazy
to not release a video.
Who
does that, bro? But is that smart? Is that smart? And please, for those who are in the chat, first please subscribe and like and feedback.
Yeah.
But is that also smart to not release any music videos, or is that just a Beyonce format? Because I don't want to lead no artist down the wrong road and say what LJ said. I need to be like Beyonce, and you ain't, like.
It's a case. I think it's a case by case. Is my opinion, because if you know your audience and you built enough trust with them, then you can do different things. Now I'm not saying that she didn't have like YouTube links up with just like the lyric videos.
There's always something. There's something.
But there's not like a budgeted like massive video budget, And this is crazy because this feels even in the moment felt anti Beyonce. Because remember the last record? Remember she released it. She broke the internet.
The TikTok video.
Well, remember like a few years ago when she did that. It's a self-titled out. They call it self-titled out. It just says Beyonce. Is where she did Surfboard, Drunk in Love.
Yeah.
That whole album was just released, and then all videos for every one of the songs. Okay. If you remember back in that. She did that. She and I think they were saying at the time she took her own money, and because I think the record label didn't want to, basically subsidize the entire all those videos, and she was like, "I'm a video artist. I came from MTV,
right?
I was birthed out of this. We had videos all the time,
yeah.
And so then for her to do a video for every single one of the songs and release everything at the same time, that was unheard of. And then to now come to this space where it's like. It was a different move. It was the exact opposite. It's not doing what you think I'm gonna do, and I'm not. And I'm gonna sit quiet about it. I still haven't. I'm not making And it said, and then to make a comment to say, no, y'all are the visuals. I'm not the visual. Y'all are the visual, which is so to me genius, because it's like now my community owns my music.
Wow. Yeah.
And they are, and y'all define, almost kind of like, remember how when what's his name, Donald Glover. Remember when he did This Is America?
Yes.
That move, that video, to this day.
I
watched it the other day, and I was like,
he's also a genius, by the way.
Just
so you know.
Still ain't never told nobody what that video means. It's like you decide what that means.
Till this day.
And people are still probably, that's one of the most shocking, unnerving, dopest videos ever.
Fantastic. No, he's a G, you know, but I love the fact, I mean, as we bring this episode to a close, like, I love that she's continuing to push the envelope always. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Whether you don't like the direction or not, you know, or whether you agree with it or not. I do love that. I do love that.
People out here think she's a witch.
She might be a witch. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like she might be the most evil of them all. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea. But what I will,
I don't think that she is. I think that I definitely think that I don't agree with everything that she says. But
I'm inspired by her.
Talk about the music and the business, which I'm talking about here today, and the ability to step back and be a leader in the sense of, I want to extend my platform to bring along other artists, to help them to make money, get streams in the land of, you know, where I think everybody knows this. If you've been looking around, Spotify it's in a tough situation.
Yeah, it really, for us as artists,
it's tough, and then with the music industry sort of being in a crossroad, you know, I mean, like this move to like attack all genres. I think it's like it's a silent attack against all genres. It's actually kind of needed, because we need to be able to, and I think maybe in my heart I'm really saying this, because I talked about earlier how I just remember being a kid and it just wasn't about genre. It was about just great music. We listened. We all listened to the same thing. No matter what color you were, it was about the music. It was about the creativity. And I think it's a rare opportunity to potentially get back to that. And I also want to, I want to say this, and I know I want to make sure and be honoring of, our people and our time and all that. I think I am one of the people who I'm hopeful about what this album could potentially do if I'm hearing it on radio,
I think it's doing it.
Yeah, but not just Beyonce. These other artists that I mentioned. Yes. That's when I feel like, oh my goodness.
There's a door opening.
And that's like, oh, that's going to be insanely great, and I think it's still, it's still early, but if we begin to see the Tanner Adeles of the world, the Britney Spencers, the Mickey Guy, no, she's already doing radio play, but more, and the K Michelles and the Shibuzis and the Willie Jones, like all these individuals being able to live within country and permeating the charts and the radio airplay, then I think this album would be the offering that, and the sacrifice that we need.
This has been a beautiful conversation. I hope this inspires a lot of people out there. Those who are listening, our subscribers, our fans, our loved ones, our family and friends, man. Be inspired, you know, like you don't have to be a Beyonce fan or, if you don't feel welcomed in a particular genre, don't let that stop you from pursuing the thing that is in here, like I love that. Good. I love that about her. Like she didn't let that stop her from pursuing the thing that she wanted to do, whether she knows if LJ likes it or not. This is what I want to do. And I want to bring some people along with me. So beautiful episode, man. Great one. Another good one. I am LJ.
Thank you too. I'm LJ. Larry Walker.
We are the Wisdom Well Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Take care.